Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are cracking open a concept that has, well, it's become one of the most misunderstood topics in modern health. Carbohydrate metabolism. For years, diet trends have told us that carbohydrates are the enemy, the singular cause of weight gain, fatigue, and, even chronic disease.
Right, the big villain.
But we are not here to talk about restriction or fear. We are here to talk about fundamental, non-negotiable fuel.
That's such a crucial distinction. What if I told you that the key to boundless energy, incredible mental clarity, and yes, a longer, more robust life, it isn't found in avoiding carbohydrates.
Yeah. Okay.
But in profoundly understanding how your body processes them with precision and with efficiency.
So this is all about glucose.
This deep dive is all about glucose. It is the universal energy currency, and it powers every single function that defines you.
We're really looking past the fleeting fads today and simplifying some of the most complicated biology, the stuff you'd find in textbooks and medical journals, into, practical knowledge.
Knowledge you can actually use.
Exactly. Knowledge you can use to optimize your energy starting today. Our mission is clear. We are going to break down, step by step, how carbohydrates are metabolized.
We'll show you why this elegant mechanism is so crucial for both immediate energy and for long-term aging well.
And finally, how you can use this blueprint to achieve superior metabolic health and truly live better and longer.
It really is the metabolic blueprint for longevity. If we just, simplify the human machine for a second, every complex operation, from physical movement, maintaining your immune system,
all the way to your brain firing,
to the complex operations of your nervous system and the very processes of cellular repair, it's all powered, fundamentally, by converting what you eat into glucose.
So it's the most basic fuel source.
It is the most primal, most reliable, and most efficient fuel source we possess. The goal isn't to eliminate it. The goal is to master its use.
Okay, let's unpack this essential life fuel then. When we hear the word carbohydrate, the mind usually jumps straight to, refined foods like white bread or soda.
The ones with the bad reputation.
Right. But functionally, in the human body, carbs show up in three main structurally different forms. We really need to distinguish between them.
That's absolutely right. When we look at macronutrients, the proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, the carbs themselves have this clear hierarchy that's defined by their complexity.
Then that complexity changes how the body deals with them?
It dictates everything.
Yeah.
It's the key to metabolic health. So first you have the simple sugars.
Okay.
These are the small, immediate molecules, usually just one or two sugar units linked together. This group includes glucose itself, which is the finished product we're aiming for.
And things like fruit sugar.
Exactly. Fructose, which is naturally abundant in fruit, and sucrose, which is just common table sugar. That's a glucose and a fructose molecule bonded together.
So because they're already so small, the body doesn't have to do much work.
Almost no digestive effort at all. They're essentially ready-to-go fuel.
Which is why they hit the bloodstream so incredibly fast. That post-donut spike you feel is, well, it's very real.
Precisely. The speed of delivery is the defining characteristic here. Then you move up in complexity to complex carbohydrates.
Like starches.
Think starch, found in potatoes, grains, legumes, and certain vegetables. And also fiber. The crucial insight here for you is that complex carbohydrates are simply longer, intricately connected chains of that same glucose molecule.
So they're just bigger.
They're just much, much longer chains.
Oh, right.
And that length means the body has to invest significant time and enzymatic effort to, clip those chains apart, one by one, to release the glucose slowly.
So structurally, a bowl of brown rice isn't fundamentally different from table sugar. It's just that nature has locked the glucose inside a protective, complex container.
That's a perfect way to put it. The body has to dismantle the container, which is what slows down the absorption. And that brings us to the third form.
The stored form.
The stored carbohydrates, yes, that is glycogen. Glycogen is simply glucose molecules that the body has linked back together to store for later use.
Where does it keep it?
Primarily in the liver and the muscles. You can think of it as your body's personal, highly refined, short-term energy battery pack.
So when you're full, you charge the battery.
The system charges the glycogen battery. And when you're running low, it taps right back into that glycogen reserve.
So whether you're eating a bowl of whole grains, a yam, a piece of fruit, or a slice of complex whole wheat bread, the body doesn't really care about the original packaging material, does it?
Not ultimately, no. The body has one singular fundamental goal, and it is mandatory for life. Convert all digestible carbohydrates into glucose.
That's the mission.
That's the mission. It's the universal currency that is recognized and accepted by every single cell membrane. It's the energy source every cell is built to utilize first.
And why is this conversion so essential? What happens to the system if that glucose supply is suddenly disrupted or, just insufficient? We hear the term hypoglycemia thrown around.
Well, when glucose dips too low a state we call hypoglycemia, the consequences are immediate and severe. And frankly, they can be quite frightening to witness in a clinical setting. It's not just a little hunger pang.
It's more serious than that.
Much more. In my years of practice, what I see is that the brain, which relies almost exclusively on a continuous supply of glucose for its staggering energy needs, it slows down immediately.
How does that show up?
It manifests as instant mental fog, difficulty with executive function, short-term memory failure, and drastic mood swings. We're talking of the sudden inability to make clear decisions. This is the brain signaling a major, major fuel crisis.
So that hangry feeling isn't just psychological, it's a primal biochemical starvation signal.
Precisely. And beyond that, your muscles start weakening rapidly, affecting your physical capability and coordination. Finally, your vital organs struggle to maintain their complex functions. Glucose is mandatory. It is foundational life fuel.
So when people complain about their energy crashing, they're really talking about a glucose problem.
They are describing an inefficient or unstable glucose delivery system. A stable, efficient system is what's required to maintain the consistent energy flow you need to live a long life robustly.
And understanding how this delivery system works, from the complex input to the stable output, is the very foundation of longevity. If you're serious about building those long-term health habits and living a longer, healthier life, this is exactly the kind of essential foundational conversation we have here. So make sure you are subscribed. We are committed to arming you with the knowledge that truly matters beyond the latest fleeting trends. So the food is consumed and the body has its marching orders. Convert it all into glucose. Where does this epic journey of conversion actually begin, and how quickly does the body start working on it?
It begins immediately. The instant food touches your tongue. We call this the starting line, the mouth.
Really? That fast?
That fast. As you start chewing, your salivary glands release an enzyme called salivary amylase. This enzyme instantly starts breaking down complex starch, those long glucose chains, into smaller, simpler sugar units.
Wow.
It's a beautiful example of the body optimizing digestion. If you take a piece of plain, unprocessed cracker or bread and just chew it slowly for a minute without swallowing, it will start to taste sweet.
I've noticed that.
That sweetness is the amylase doing its job, snipping the starch into maltose, which is a simpler sugar. That initial digestion is already underway before the food is even swallowed.
That initial chemical work is fascinating. But then we swallow and the food mass hits the incredibly acidic environment of the stomach and things change dramatically, right?
They do. The stomach acts as the pause. The acidic environment of the stomach, which is brilliant for breaking down proteins and killing ingested bacteria, effectively pauses carbohydrate digestion.
So it stops the amylase.
Instantly. Those amylase enzymes that work so well in the neutral environment of the mouth are denatured by the acid. The stomach is primarily focused on mechanical mixing and creating a semi-liquid slurry called chyme, not on splitting sugar chains.
So the stomach holds the line, but the moment that chyme leaves the stomach and enters the small intestine, that's where the primary metabolic work really kicks off.
That is the main event. The small intestine is the true hub of metabolic absorption. As the acidic chyme enters, the pancreas senses the incoming carbohydrates and releases a powerful neutralizing buffer and a highly specialized cocktail of digestive enzymes.
Okay.
These pancreatic enzymes are what's responsible for converting all remaining carbohydrates into their final absorbable single unit forms, glucose, fructose, and galactose.
This process has to be efficient, I'm guessing.
It must be.
Yeah.
In my experience, if this digestive step is slow or inefficient, it can lead to all sorts of digestive complaints. But assuming it's working well, the complex food structure is fully broken down into its basic monomers.
And what happens once they are those single unit molecules?
These minuscule sugar molecules are then rapidly absorbed through specialized transport proteins along the wall of the small intestine directly into the bloodstream. And where they carried first? To the central command center, the liver.
Let's linger on that speed of absorption for a second, because you mentioned earlier the difference between a simple sugar hitting the liver like a tidal wave and a complex carb offering a gentle trickle. This is the first critical fork in the road, isn't it?
It is the defining moment. Anyone who has worked with individuals seeking better metabolic control understands this intimately. The speed of this absorption dictates the entire initial metabolic response. Think of it like a dam.
Okay.
Simple, refined